Okay, it's time for another story time with Uncle Shadow. I happened to catch him online, and as usual, it sounds like Shadow is eating his microphone, which is not surprising. It probably came out of a box of Cracker Jacks, but he's actually working out in the yard when I first start talking with him, so you're going to get some wind in the mic, and, well, just deal with it. Alright, let's listen to the story Shadow's going to tell us today.
You said you wanted story time.
Story time with Uncle Shadow. Tell me a story.
Okay, let's see. Well, two of my good friends I lost were Sergeant Chen and Specialist Hendrickson. Now, Hendrickson was a good buddy of mine, and he was one of those guys that you couldn't help but love, because he would get into all kinds of crazy shit. He was also an infantryman that got reclassed to supply, because you know what? I don't exactly know how he did that. If I could figure out whatever next level wizardry he figured out how to do that, I would be jealous. But anyway, he figured it out. So he became supply, and we all gave him hell about it, but he always had all the magazines we needed, and he had cool stuff that we needed. He's like, yeah, you know, it kind of sucks to be y'all. I'm like, dude, you are us. It's like, no, I'm not. I have a blue cord, but I'm in air conditioning. We fucking hate you. He's like, yeah, well, you'll love me if you want your mail. Motherfucker. Okay, you know what? We're sorry. We love you. Do you want us to sing you a song? Are you lonesome tonight? What do you want? And so he would bring us, our mail, and of course, you would bribe him by whatever stuff's in there based on how quickly you wanted your mail. That's standard. It's like, hey, you got cookies. Well, I'm supply. Fuck off, dude. Do you want your mail next time? Do you want me to accidentally find your mail like 2 weeks late? Bye. Fuck you. Here's your cut. It's like dealing with a mob. So, that was Hendrickson. He was great. Yeah, I mean, and he would go on beer runs, and just as long as you were buying, he would go do anything. He was a really good guy. He was like the rest of us. He'd do anything for $1. Because in infantry we're just male prostitutes.
Seems legit.
Yeah, I mean, we'll do just about anything for $1, including get shot at and blown up, and other unpleasant stuff like disarm anti-tank mines blindfolded with a timer. Because I bet you can't do it faster than me.
Boredom, the highest cause of attrition?
Yeah, well, sometimes you just want to see if you can do it. Like, part of the expert infantry badge is you have to disassemble, reassemble, and perform a functions check on your M4. So, within a prescribed time limit. So to practice, we would do it blindfolded. And to add more practice, we would do it blindfolded drunk. So if you can do it blindfolded and drunk, odds are you know your weapon system. And him being supply would be like, hey, so I need some magazines. How many you need? I don't know, 3 or 4? Cool. So, I'm out of cigarettes. Oh. Alright, well, I'll be back. Come back with a couple packs of Marlboro Reds, and, he found you some magazines. It's a military economy, which is basically prison economy.
Yep.
It's really interesting how the prison and the military operate pretty damn close together. It comes down to food, cigarettes, and sex. Now, since it's the military, we don't get one of those. But we get plenty of the other two. Although I wish they'd made our MREs with cigarettes again. That would be great. Well, I was watching a YouTube video, and somebody, like, they stopped putting cigarettes in C-rats in 1972. I'm like, that's why we lost Vietnam. You couldn't smoke anymore. You can do heroin, but you can't smoke. Some politicians somewhere said, you know what? Marlboro's making us lose wars. We're going to stop smoking. Well, no, dude. Smoking's what keeps us awake. I mean, either let us smoke or let us sleep. You can't take away both of them. So, evidently, that's wrong because they don't let us smoke or sleep. Matter of fact, they're trying to pass a new rule that says unless you're 21, you can't smoke either. So I was like, you poor bastards who are 18. Back in my day, we could smoke anytime we felt like it. Now, in Korea, they got all kinds of fucked up laws. Like, I was sitting in a bar, and I'm just having a Budweiser, paying like $3 a beer, as you do. And I'm just sitting there at the bar, and I see this little hand pop up on top of the bar. I'm like, the fuck is that? I look over, and there's this, like, 6-year-old grabbing a beer.
Oh, I'm surprised he wasn't the bartender.
Oh, I'll get to the bartender in a minute. And I was like, aren't you a little young? They're like, nah, he's got money. It's fine. Okay, well, good on you. He just puts money up on top. Bartender hands him the beer. He just pats the bar until his hand locates the beer bottle, and he takes off.
Little run.
I mean, because he can't see on top of the bar. He's too short. So, let on him. Drink early. There's nothing else to do in Korea. Then we had, speaking of bartender, if you're in Korea, you know of something called the Tokri midget. The Tokri midget is, well, if you sleep with her, you get a T-shirt that says, I effed the Tokri midget. I wanted the T-shirt.
Oh, jeez.
But I did not want to sleep with her. One of my buddies wanted to sleep with her, but did not want the T-shirt. So I paid for him to sleep with her so I could get the T-shirt. So, and they only had like one size, which is like a men's medium, which is good for buffing cars, and that's about it. So I got a T-shirt for that for a while. I think my ex-wife kept it. She found it offensive. Like, this is offensive and demeaning to women. I'm like, so is marriage. So, that was depressing. Anyway, so the first time I met her, I was at the same bar, and walk up, and cute little blonde behind the bar. I was like, hey, I'll have a Budweiser. And she says, okay. So I put my money up on the table, and she hops down. When I say she hops down, she disappears behind the bar. Like, 1 minute she's eye level with me, the next minute she's gone. She's David Copperfield. Just gone. Then she comes walking around the end of the bar like a toddler with my beer. Like, holy shit. You're a dwarf. She said, no, I'm a midget. Get it right, asshole. Terribly sorry.
That attitude.
Like, I'm terribly sorry. Does this mean you don't say hi-ho? She's like, oh, no. I know all about hoes. I'm like, I like you. So, yeah, she was really cool about it. And she would make short jokes. And, like, the greatest thing about being short, I'm like, what? She's like, I don't have to kneel. I'm like, I love you. She's like, yeah, I get that a lot. None of you bastards will take me home, though. Holy shit, you're awesome. So, but yeah, she was cool. Let's see, what other kind of random stuff? Well, it being Memorial Day, I have to tell how I did lose one of my friends. So this is probably one of the few times I'm not going to be funny.
That's okay.
My buddy Hendrickson, his name is Robert Hendrickson, specialist. He was coming back from Iraq. He was the end of his tour and was on the convoy coming to the airport. So he was on his way home. He was up in the gunner slot in the LMTV, which is a big truck. Anyone who plays modern military games will know an LMTV is like a flat-nosed semi. And he was up in the top of it, running gun, and the driver fell asleep because long operations, and drove up on a concrete divider, flipped the truck over on top of him. And he lived until they pulled the truck off of him.
Ugh.
So I was already retired out by this time. They called me at my house because they needed a funeral detail. And so me and my buddy that I mentioned last time got our stuff together, drove to Oklahoma, and they had the funeral guys had his uniform all. Medals were wrong, uniform was wrong, so we stripped our uniforms to fix it. And we're his honor guard to bury him. But he had a daughter, a brand new daughter, and just apple of his eye. And I think he was going to get out after that tour. But, life's precious.
Yeah.
Especially when you have little ones. And he's like, I'm going to get out. My kiddo is going to, is just born. We're going to go do all this stuff, and not guaranteed tomorrow.
That's right. You gotta love your kids when you can.
Yeah, even if they're little assholes like mine.
sounds like they're following in your footsteps, bud.
Yeah, oh dear Lord, unfortunately. They're spitting images of me, and that's why I know there's going to be hell to pay for a lot of stuff I've done.
The real revenge is when they become you.
Yeah, that's even worse. I'm looking at him going, oh no, like my oldest one. He does stuff, and I'm like, dude, you're not as sneaky as you think you are. Why not? Because I did that like 3 years before you did. Like, I was 5 when I did that. You're slow.
And then you see them when they're little, and you actually get just all of the completely unfiltered information on their personality. And when they get older and more sophisticated, they think they can fool you, but you're like, I watched you do that when you were 2. You can't fool me.
Right now, his big thing is he wants to play video games all the time, and so I limit it because video games, according to researchers, are like alcohol to an alcoholic. It just fires the same brain chemistry, and it forms addictions. So the wife
I'm addicted.
Oh, well, I am too. So, I know my addictions. I have them labeled, and I have them allocated a spending limit. Like, I just bought a new motorcycle, yesterday. I went out and spent $10,000 on a motorcycle. So I know my addictions. I'm friendly with them. I know my demons. I know my addictions. I have no illusions on either. However, I prefer they didn't do those same things. So I'm working on it.
Mm-hmm.
But he's like, no. Didn't you say I could do this? No, you little bastard. I didn't. But Mom said... my favorite was yesterday. I was recuperating after a drive from Austin, which is about 6 hours. He started into, Mom said, and Mom come around the corner. And I said, yes, son. What did Mom say? He said, well, she said. I said, she's standing right there. Please continue. And he just froze. You
better run while you can, kid.
And I said, no, son, please. What did Mom say? Nothing. No, son. No, let's talk about this. What did Mom say? I'm okay. Mom said you're okay? Can I go to my room now? Okay. Carry on. But in general, the rule around the house is, if you can outsmart me on breaking a rule, The first time is a pass because, well done, you outsmarted me. I didn't think that one through, evidently.
Mm-hmm.
And he's done it a few times. He will come up with ways of breaking a rule that I didn't foresee. Like,
They're very clever.
yeah. What was it? I think one of them was like, you're not allowed to play some video game. And what I meant was, you're not allowed to be on the game system. So what he did was, he turned on the game system, bypassed that video game, and played another one. And I called him. He said, no, you said this. I'm like, oh, okay. Well done. You got me. You're absolutely right. That's exactly what I said because and when I first got married, my wife hated this. And my little brother, when he moved in with me for about a year, he hated this. In my household, we're very legalistic. It's not what you think someone said. It's the words they use. So, you have to watch what someone says, not what you think they said. So if I say I'm going to do this, it's not what you thought I said. What exact, and that's my defense usually, honey, what exact words did I use? Well, sweet, exact words. This, see? I followed those exact words. She's like, son of a bitch.
Logic.
Yeah, and I've had to do that because I can't remember things long enough to lie. So I have to phrase things in such a way that I will never lie. And she knows it because the last time we got in, we've had one yelling match in almost 12 years. And that was because there was a snake in the house. And I ripped out our garden tub and threw it across the front yard. And I screamed at her for not seeing where the snake went. Other than that, we don't yell in my house. It's great. It's quiet. But it's because I can't remember any argument long enough to argue. So I have to get it over with quick. So it has to be a knockout immediately. Otherwise, I'm going to lose, and I hate losing. So, yep, on that one, I was mowing my pasture. Pasture, not pasture, because that would be awkward.
Yeah.
And I left the window open because I'm an idiot. And a copperhead come in the house. And I didn't know it until I came in the house and went into the bedroom and like, I'll just go to the bathroom real quick, look. And there's a snake looking at me. Like,
are you eating your microphone?
No, I'm outside treating the yard with pesticide, weed killer, so I don't have to mow the grass again. I'm literally killing all the grass.
All right,
so I don't have to do it again. Anyway, so I walk out of there. I'm like, honey, I'm going to go get something to kill the snake with. Watch the snake. See, she's from New Zealand. They don't have poisonous anything. So it didn't occur to her that snakes, A, would be fast, and B, would be poisonous. So she just kind of goes to the living room, climbs up on the couch, and waits for me to come back. I come in the house because I found a hatchet and a tire iron. Because I'm not going to shoot a shotgun in the house. I've done that. And it's a bad thing. It causes a lot of damage. There's ricochets. I have to replace sheetrock. It's bad. Again, logic would tell me this, but I had to learn this through experience. Despite a high IQ, I'm an idiot. So I come in there. All right, honey, where's the snake? It's not still there? What do you mean it's not still there? Well, they're slow, right? No. Where is it? Oh, well, I thought it'd still be in there, and it's a snake, so I'm up in here on the couch. So I start yelling. Well, it took her a minute to point out that I'm yelling. I was at 350 pounds, 6'1", holding a hatchet and a tire iron, screaming at her. it took her a minute to point out that might be taken as intimidating. I'm like, oh, terribly right. Absolutely sorry. So please forgive me. That would be a PTSD moment. So I put those down, ripped out our garden tub because I couldn't find it, which again is a completely logical move, and threw it across the front yard, trying to find the snake.
I'm starting to sense a pattern for how you deal with issues. Something always flies when you're intensely disappointed.
Yes, actually. I have a lot of strength, and it translates really well. So I threw that across the front yard. She's like, so how are we going to take a shower? I was like, shut up! I'll deal with it in a minute. And never did find the snake. It went somewhere. Evidently, it went into witness protection. Because 4 years later, I still couldn't find it.
It knew to get gone.
Yeah, well, I ripped out sheetrock. I ripped out the garden tub. I pulled up flooring. I pulled out cabinets. I disassembled my bathroom looking for this thing and couldn't find it. I took the toilet up, thinking maybe it went in the toilet and was hiding. I disassembled my bathroom trying to find it. And no, never did. We think it might have, in all of the commotion, said, F this, and left.
The creature had some sense.
More than me, evidently.
I agree.
So, it took us 2 years to replace our bathroom because I discovered that I can't cut a straight line with a bandsaw. Also, that I don't need a bandsaw. Also, that I didn't have a bandsaw until this issue. I bought one and then realized I didn't know how to work it. And that I didn't know how a skill saw worked until this point because I put the blade on and then turned it on, and instead of cutting the wood, it burned through the wood because I had the blade on backwards.
Handy little arrow.
Yeah, see, I didn't see that. I was just like, oh, it's a blade. I'll just put this on. Oh, look, it spins. Of course, it's in the right direction. And
that's painfully relatable.
And so I was like, well, I mean, it's working. It's just running kind of slow. And I called my dad, who is a genius with everything mechanical. And I have no idea why this didn't translate to me. I was like, Dad, so it's taking me forever to cut this wood. He goes, well, son, bring your skill saw over. Took it over to him. He goes, son, I love you. And you're really intelligent. You're probably the smartest one out of everyone in the family. But, he said, son, you don't have the common sense God gave a goose. Thank you, Dad. No, seriously. You do realize that your blade's on backwards, right, son? My excuse me is on what? Your blade's on backwards, son. I said, how's that possible? So he showed me the arrow. Yeah. So I spent $2,000 on lumber that I didn't cut a single piece the same as the next one. That was an expensive lesson that didn't work out for me. Because, I didn't want to ask for help. Yeah, I have a problem with asking for help. Like the one time I had a leak in my roof when I bought the house, so I just figured I will fix this leak. I looked at it and said, well, can't be hard. I'll just fix it. So again, I was at about $350, and I had a step ladder that max weight was 200, and I didn't own like any kind of saws. I had a chainsaw.
Oh no!
This was a hole in the roof. Correction, this was a hole in the sheetrock on the roof ceiling. And I was like, well, a chainsaw is a kind of a saw. I have a chainsaw. So I can cut with a chainsaw and fix this. So I got up there, and my wife is still in New Zealand at this point.
I get the feeling this might not have happened if she was home.
Yeah, Yeah, a lot of stuff. Yeah, well, I also shot myself in the hand when she was in New Zealand. I'll get to that one in a second. Remind me of that. So
Okay.
I messaged her. I was like, of course she's offline, so I get to message her crazy stuff because of the 14-hour time difference. So she's in bed when I go to do this. I'm like, hey, honey, going to work on the roof. Back in a little bit. If in case you get online, I'll be busy. So I go up there with my little step ladder, turn the chainsaw on. I'm looking at the sheetrock going, I am brilliant. I don't know why anyone hadn't thought of using this before. I take my chainsaw and I start cutting above my head. I cut the sheetrock out. I see this wire running right through the hole that I just cut. Well, that shouldn't be there. So I'm grabbing a hold of this wire and start trying to yank it down. Yeah, as I'm pulling on it, my ceiling fan starts swinging side to side. This is the power line for my ceiling fan. I almost cut through the power line for my ceiling fan. 110 and a chainsaw would have gotten to be happy, happy friends.
Oh, yeah. And yourself in the mix.
And I was home alone. Which meant I would have been there for a while. So, anyway. So I'm like, oh, well, I probably shouldn't pull on that. That looks important. Okay, so I climb down. I'm like, well, how do I get the sheetrock to stay up there? Well, I don't know how that works. So I'm just, duct tape works. So I went and got some duct tape. And I put the duct tape across the hole, and it's, of course, staying. So, like, I'm a genius. Bob Vila made this look hard. I go get some mud. I put it on the duct tape. Like, I'm absolutely wasted here. I should be doing a video on how to do this. Shadow does home repair. I'm a genius. I think
it would be watchable.
I'm like, I'm a genius. I should do this. I go to step down off the ladder, and I get covered like a hood with mud and duct tape. Because evidently, duct tape will not hold upside down on the ceiling with mud on it. It's just too much weight, and it just peeled off and hit me in the head. So, okay. I come down, I look, and I can see the sun through my roof. I'm like, well, okay. Went to the store, come back with like half a dozen containers of spray foam, caulk, and plasti dip.
Without asking anybody any advice.
No, because I like to have things done before I tell people I do them. That way they're impressed by my ingenuity.
Such a clever boy.
Yeah, see, I'm a genius. I'm just stupid. Anyway, so half a dozen cans of spray foam, a couple of cans of plasti dip, which isn't as good as the, what is that, spray seal? Yeah, that was too expensive. Plasti dip is $1.97 at Walmart. And my leak is no longer there. I'm like, awesome! No, I just moved the leak because then it ran down the plexi spray seal, not plexi seal, plasti dip, and the spray foam to another spot.
Wait,
but it wasn't there anymore.
You used, okay, I just realized what it was you were actually using. Plasti dip. Okay, keep going.
Oh, you looked it up, did you?
No, I remember people talking about it. It's
spray plastic.
Generally not what's used in home construction repair, automotive repair. It's generally not used in any kind of repair now that I think about it.
No, I use it on car wheels and stuff to make it look good to sell them. But no,
you are an innovator.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, why didn't anybody think about this? And my roof is a really sharp angled steel roof. So if I go up there, I'm going to fall off, and I'm scared of heights. I'm not going to do that, so I'll just do all the repairs from the attic. So it worked really good until it rained. And then, of course, it just moved the leak. But it wasn't leaking there anymore. Matter of fact, the leak was so bad in my bedroom that I went to Walmart and bought one of those little fountains that they have. And I put it under the hole in the ceiling and just let the rain fill it up. And I would wait till it was full and then plug it in and run it until it got dry. and then unplug it. And it was very soothing to hear, the drip, drip, drip from the ceiling, and the trickle from the fountain.
Adapt, overcome.
That's my theory on it. Most things, because I'm an idiot. Let's see. Then there was the time I shot myself in the hand with a 45. Wife was in New Zealand. I was talking to her online when I did it. I had some friends over. We were eating pizza. I was having a beer. And we're watching TV. And I was watching YouTube videos on how to tear apart my new weapons. Because I bought like 2 pistols that day. One of them was a subcompact polymer. And I've never had a polymer before. They're super light. So I'll take it apart, clean it, put it back together, put it over to the side. And put a magazine back in it. Okay, it's done. Well, I watched a video on how to take it apart further. So I take it, pick it up, feels light, must be empty. So I pull the slide back, look in it, yep, empty. Pull the takedown pin out of it, put my hand over the barrel, squeeze the trigger to slide the bolt, the slide off, and when I did, it fired because I just chambered around.
Yeah.
And so
you ended up being so smart, you were incredibly stupid.
Yeah.
I can relate to that.
So it went through my palm and into the door frame of my hall, bounced off of that, which were steel beams, bounced off that, hit the compressor on my fridge, bounced off of that, hit another steel stud in my wall, bounced off of that, and landed in the condenser coils in my fridge. And
that sounds like War Thunder physics. Keep going.
Well, I kept that slug for years. It was full of sheetrock. Anyway, so my friends look at me going, "Oh my God, you shot a gun in the house." I'm like, "Huh? Okay, that just happened. You're bleeding." I was like, "Is my fridge okay?" Because now it's making a weird noise. Now, my hand's pouring blood, but my fridge is making a weird noise, and that's where all my steak is and my beer.
Yeah, it's not like your fridge is going to fix itself.
Right, I'll heal. I've already shown this to myself. I will heal gunshots. That's fine. And so they're panicking and running around, clawing like little chickens. And I'm like, "Hey, look, stop. If I fix my hand, will you check on the fridge? Because my hand kind of hurts for a moment." And they're like, "Yes, if you stop bleeding, we will check on the fridge." I'm like, "Okay, towel, wrap around my hand, done, fixed. See? No more blood. Please check my fridge." So they pulled out, hand me the slug, and for the next 2 weeks, I watched that fridge. Like, "Please don't break. I love you." I talked to it kindly. Every time I walked by it, I petted it and told it how much I appreciated the hard work it did. I treated it like a child, and it kept working for another several years. But I shot my fridge, and with a 45. But yeah, my friends were upset that I shot myself in the hand. Then I sent pictures to the wife. I was like, "Honey, look, I shot myself in the hand." She's like, "The fuck did you do?" "Well, I was cleaning guns in the living room." "You were cleaning, excuse me?" "Oh, I was cleaning guns in the living room." "No, I get there, you're no longer allowed to do that." That's cute. You think you're coming here making rules like that. And so she made me promise that I wouldn't clean guns in the living room. So I'm not allowed to clean guns in the living room anymore. All because I shot myself once.
There's always that one guy that ruins it for everybody.
Yeah, it kind of sucks when you're that guy. I mean, I can't even badmouth the guy because I'm him. Like, well, let me tell you about this D-bag who screwed it up for everybody. It's like, wow, you're really hard on him. Yeah, he's a jerk. Well, what's his name? Me? I mean...
Well, Shadow, my wife just got home, so we're running out of time to talk. It's been nice getting some stories from you today, and we'll have to do this again sometime.
Anytime. It was good talking to you.
All right, catch you later, bud.
Bye.